The Disney Vibes Podcast, talking insider tips, tricks, and pixie dust. For the most magical place on Earth, here's Andrew and Heather.
Back in better. This is episode 63 of Disney Vibes, brought to you by Magical Destinations Travel. Obviously, if you like us, our content, our show, please show your support. Book your next trip, wherever that may take you. BookMDTravel.com. It costs you absolutely nothing. And we do appreciate your support. You can download Disney Vibes Podcast wherever you get your podcasts from. Be sure to hit a thumbs up. Be sure to put a review on Apple or Google or wherever you get them from. We greatly appreciate your support. Heather, how are we feeling? Right on.
It's good. It's wonderful. It's great.
Good.
Yeah.
Love it. Mm-hmm. All right, you got a joke.
Oh, I do. But, I'm
that
at the
didn't
point
sound
now.
very good.
Well, because I don't know if I said this one before.
Okie doke.
So how about we go with maybe this one? All right. Have you read Buzz Lightyear's new book about anti-gravity?
No, and I think you've done maybe something else with Buzz. But anyways, keep going.
I don't know. You just can't put it down.
Oh, God. No, maybe you didn't do that one. That's good.
Ha.
All right, good one, good one. All right, here you go. Would you rather this or that? Sail in Motunui with Moana or go skating in Arendelle with Anna?
Well, I have to have my Dramamine. If I'm sailing.
All right, there isn't options of may I do something on top of something.
No. I have to. So there's that. So yeah, I'm gonna say that I had my Dramamine, and what is it called?
Motunui.
Motunui. Is that
That's
the boat?
with Moana.
No, I know, but is that the boat that she makes?
That's where she's from.
Oh, I thought it was.
It's not the name of the boat.
Guys, it's so early. Wait, so say that
Alrighty.
again. Would I rather be there?
Sail in Motunui with.
Sail. Like I was.
Okay, you're gonna sail on the boat with Moana and Motunui. Why is this so complicated? You are overcomplicating things. It's a this or that, not a, well, if this thing happens, then this can happen. No.
Well, yeah. I have to, all of my options, all of the check marks. All right, so I'm hanging with Moana.
Got it.
And what's the rooster's name?
I don't remember.
Because that's how I feel right now at this point.
All right. Anyways, here's what's happening. Moving right on before we go off the rails.
I'm going to figure it out. Oh, we're there. We're off the rails. Okay.
Disney's Polynesian Villas and Bungalows, the new edition. If you have not been following along with the construction and everything, and Heather will get the concept art, the Island Tower at Disney's Polynesian Villas and Bungalows will take guests on a storytelling journey that brings to life the spirit of Polynesia, ties right into Moana.
It's Hee the rooster.
Anyways, it's projected to open in December of this year. It is a new 10-story tower overlooking the Seven Seas Lagoon and will take you on that storytelling journey that brings to life the spirit of Polynesia, the natural world, and, of course, the magic of Disney. So, obviously, it's convenient walking distance to the Disney monorail. It'll make it that perfect home base for visiting Magic Kingdom Park and Epcot. The one thing that we wanted to mention is, did you know that the original concept designs for Disney's Polynesian Resort featured a prominent tower as the heart of the resort? Island Tower at Disney's Polynesian Villas and Bungalows will complete the vision created by Disney Imagineers decades ago while embracing the rich culture from the Polynesian Islands. When guests arrive at Island Tower, they are greeted by traditional Polynesian tattoo designs created exclusively for the exterior, including a gorgeous manta ray that symbolizes freedom, protection, and grace. The lobby. So all of these artist renderings, they're going to look exactly like it. If you ever been to Polynesian, it just kind of engulfs you. It is something you walk in and you're like, all right, wow. You know, when you walk into the resort, you definitely feel the island vibes. The Polynesian Island Tower will feature a variety of rooms that will sleep from 2 to 9 with the new Duo Studios, 1 and 2 bedroom villas, and the brand new 2-bedroom penthouse villas.
Wow.
And starting June 6th, you will be able to make those reservations for Poly. And there's just no telling how far we'll go with Island Tower at Disney's Polynesian Villas and Bungalows. You don't get the pun.
No. But yes, I got it. Whatever.
Got it. Hold on, Moana.
But time out here. Few things. Is this the tallest? Like, is any of the Polynesian resorts right now, like buildings 7 stories tall?
First of all, it's 10.
Sorry.
10 stories.
10 story.
Probably not.
I don't think so. And where? How come I didn't? Where is it? Like, I know where it is, but I don't remember seeing this being in construction.
Yeah, we saw it. It was all just metal.
It
was all just metal. So it's basically...
It looks gorgeous.
If you're at Magic Kingdom,
Okay.
it's to the left of the original...
So closer to the...
closer to the Wilderness Lodge side. And you know how it loops around. And then if you kept going left, it'd be Contemporary.
Contemporary, right.
So it's not near the Grand Floridian side.
And this is not strictly like Disney Vacation Club.
Well, it is DVC. So it is because it's villas.
Well, I saw that, but I didn't...
So people will be able to cash book these stays as well. But these are villas. This is a Disney Vacation Club. The Island Tower at Disney's Polynesian is straight DVC. Available for cash stays, and you can definitely start booking that in June and call your agent to do so. Would you like to say anything else?
No, just that it looks really pretty. It's definitely, so I will say that the Polynesian, I definitely have the island vibes, but I feel like I'm like in the 70s vibes. This here it's like accents of like gold, but not like a tacky gold. It's stunning. So
We'll post it.
I want to stay here next year.
And you'll post it.
Yeah, no, of course.
So, yeah, definitely want to check it out. And it should be, again, open in December. And I'm sure it'll be a hot-ticketed item to begin. A lot of people like Polynesian anyways because of those vibes that Heather was talking about, as well as the best restaurant. Ohana's there. One of the best, I should say. There's a lot of good things with Polynesian. So... all right, moving right along. Tiana. We were wondering when Tiana's Bayou Adventure was going to open, and now we actually have the date. It is June 28th. It is before, well, I don't remember what I said. Did I say Memorial Day? Do you remember?
No. Maybe Labor Day?
I couldn't remember because I was like, oh, maybe they'll do it the same time like as Guardians opened, but either way, Tiana's Bayou Adventure officially opens June 28th at Disney World. You can drop on in with Princess Tiana this summer as Tiana's Bayou Adventure opens in Magic Kingdom Park on June 28th. Going down the bayou. They can't wait to share this next chapter in Tiana's story with everyone. The ride will take guests on a musical adventure, picking up after the events of Walt Disney Animation Studios' film The Princess and the Frog. Guests will join Princess Tiana on an adventure through the bayou as she prepares to host a one-of-a-kind celebration during Mardi Gras season where everyone is welcome. Along the way, they will see some familiar faces, make new friends, and travel through the bayou into the next chapter of Tiana's story. Tiana's Bayou Adventure will also feature original music and some familiar tunes from the beloved movie and so much more, including that incredibly thrilling 50-foot drop. Dreams do come true in New Orleans, and if you are wondering how Tiana will cater to her regulars, they might just hear some delightful details about these preview opportunities that are starting and have started for anybody who is a cast member, an annual pass holder, and some eligible DVC members have started. So it's started to trickle in with the socials, and people have posted little tidbits. I haven't seen too much yet, though. I don't know if you have, Heather.
I have, but it's more of like people testing it out, and they're like at the bottom of the ride, and like you
so not a lot of
not like, yeah. And can I? I'm gonna have a moment. What's a bayou? Oh, you have to Google it, so you don't even know.
No, Tiana's Bayou is the it's like the jungle-esque kind of thing down in the south.
Jungle-esque kind of thing. Here,
it's like just marshy. It's like a river. Like
I don't. Body of water typically found in a flat, low.
It's in the south
area.
Yeah, but it's like it's just marshy. I don't want to say it's not like Jungle Cruise, right? But to me it's similar to that.
Wetland, marsh, river, fine.
Oh, see, that's what I just said.
Yeah. I don't know, but
end of a river, very slow moving, swampy like. So I don't want to say Jungle Cruise, but anyways, keep going.
No, I'm very interested in the storytelling part of this.
We better rewatch the movie.
I know. Well, I don't know.
With
do I
Lewis.
want to watch it first, or do I want to go on the ride and then watch it?
No, you want to watch it first.
Okay.
Everything you need to know before these guests drop in to Tiana's Bayou adventure. Heather, what's a bayou?
Swampy area.
So, anyways, Tiana has sent out those invites for her big Mardi Gras celebration. The princess and her fun-loving friend Louis are finishing up the details on the party down in the bayou. You will be wondering what to wear, what to bring, and how to prepare for that exhilarating musical adventure that crescendos with a 50-foot drop right before the grandest celebration this side of the Mississippi. So, first thing, this is some tips on how to ride Tiana's Bayou adventure, which we were kind of curious as to what was going to happen. Obviously, the big thing is they will be having the virtual queue. So when Tiana's Bayou Adventure opens on June 28th, it will use that virtual queue. You can request to join it just like you have in the past using the My Disney Experience app at one of two times, 7 a.m. or 1 p.m. Just remember the 1 p.m., I believe you still need to be in the park. There will not be a standby queue during the attraction's initial opening days. But they hope to have the standby queue open soon after the attraction gets going, which I'd be shocked if they don't because it's already built. That was a really long queue line for Splash Mountain.
I was just going to say there's times where we would just
Right.
go on it multiple rides because there wasn't a lot of people.
And there's plenty of queue space for them
True.
to have people there.
Right.
You can also purchase Disney Genie Plus service, and that will be included as a Lightning Lane entrance in Disney Genie Plus service for Tiana's Bayou Adventure. If you purchase that on the My Disney Experience app, it'll ensure you get to some of your favorite attractions faster through those Lightning Lane entrances and include those digital downloads, which you have the photos of Splash Mountain, right? Or I got to call it Tiana's now.
It's still Splash Mountain.
I know, Disney Photo Pass attraction photos taken that day. So the picture will be there, as we know, and then obviously prepare to get wet. So that hasn't changed at all. They will have tons of new merchandise. If you want to take a piece of the Bayou home with you, there'll be all kinds of merch available as the attraction opens for Tiana's Bayou Adventure and the Princess and Frog inspired merch at the Emporium at Magic Kingdom. And then they will eventually have that at Critter Co-op in Frontierland. And then the big new thing is the food, Tiana's famous beignets. It's never complete without some good eats and sweet treats, so the food and beverage offerings they're looking to share will be Tiana's beignets, and, of course, that will be available. Golden Oak Outpost right there, and the Fryer Nooks will have those light, sweet, and fluffy, drizzled with honey and powdered sugar, and they are available for a limited time only, so let the good times roll. I don't think they're going to be available for a limited time only. They're just gonna keep having them. Why would you if it tied into the attraction, why would it be a limited time? Unless they don't sell. That would be my only.
Well, I mean, we're talking about ultimately fried dough.
Pretty much, yeah. The French version, the Southern version.
Yeah, they're just more handheld, little tiny squarey.
Well, yeah. If you think fried dough, it's
big piece, and they had the funnel cakes, so maybe might take away from sales that way.
Yeah. I mean, right. Okay.
That'd be my thought.
Yeah. I mean, it is. It's just small. I don't want to say raviolis because that's not what they are, but they're
they look
square
small
shaped.
enough.
They're square shaped pieces of dough that are deep fried and have sugar and honey and everything like that. And that's the New Orleans style, but they do originate from France. So
interesting.
But yeah, I mean, you're right. They're just mini fried doughs for people who don't.
When you need things simplified, I'm your person. Same man, but that's totally not the case.
It's like a donut, a square donut. Let's just be honest.
You need the hole to have a donut. There's no hole there.
Okay, well, I guess, but
I like your ravioli. You were spot on with that.
Okay, beignets. Get them while they're limited time, right? So, so lots going on with Tiana. Excited that it's opening for the main summer season. So that'll be definitely something to check out if you're planning on attending the Walt Disney World properties this year. It did say that Tiana's Bayou Adventure out at Disneyland Resort will be opening later this year. My guess, let's say Labor Day.
Okay.
That would be my guess. All right, moving right along. The new drone show coming to Disney Springs. So the skies above Disney Springs will come alive with their new Disney Dreams That Soar presented by AT&T drone show beginning May 24th. So exactly 2 days away in time for the Memorial Day weekend.
Wow.
The first look that fans will get to experience in some of the characters that you will absolutely love has been released to us. The Disney Live Entertainment team behind this limited time nighttime experience recently got the chance to see all their hard work take to the skies during the first set of creative rehearsals for the show. So some of those glimpses. What we are seeing right now is we're looking at Peter Pan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Star Wars, the Death Star, right? Have you seen that or no?
No, hold on.
So they are presenting Disney characters who have had a dream of flying, not just the idea that they can fly, but the idea of taking their lives to the next level. So they put a lot of thought in making sure that no matter how old you are or how much of a fan you are, you're going to see a character you would love. That is the concept behind the drone show. A lot of characters means a lot of drones, 800 drones to be exact, all working together to create that massive canvas in the night sky. And that will be right above Disney Springs. So you don't even need a ticket technically then to go see that. So another way to try to bring people or keep people later at to Disney Springs, I would say, throughout the evening.
I had to tilt my head a little bit. So clearly I see Peter Pan. I had no idea that was Death Star. I mean, I know Star Wars, but I'm not that versed in the planet of there. And then they have...
it's not a planet, but it's okay.
Oh,
it's just
like
the space
planet.
Station there. But
Okay.
anyway, it's the ultimate weapon.
Yes.
Okay.
Death Star. Got it. And then with Dumbo, because then it says music plays a big role in the connection. Disney Dreams That Soar, so that's all an allusion to Dumbo.
Mm-hmm.
Features well-known and beloved soundtracks in addition to an original song that will inspire guests to follow their heart, take a leap of faith, and reach for the stars. I love it. And the best place to experience the drones dancing to this new soundtrack will be along the waterway in the Disney Springs West Side. So clocking in at just under 10 minutes, the show is a perfect kiss goodnight to a day of shopping, playing, and dining at Disney Springs with 2 shows each evening this summer. Also, while guests are there, they can make sure they keep an eye out for Tony. So
Tony's the show director,
Right.
Tony Giordano.
And then this is what he says. I can't wait to stand next to the guests and hear their reactions. That's my favorite part of building any show because those reactions are why we do what we do. We want them to actually experience magic. And when you see all these drones, to me, you'll get to see real magic. And I believe it because
800 drones is a lot to control.
that's what I'm saying.
But whatever. So Disney Dreams That Soar, presented by AT&T, is an outdoor show. It's subject to cancellation and rescheduling due to factors like inclement weather. Show times may vary throughout the summer. Of course, go to DisneySprings.com for the schedule to be updated daily. Because I can only imagine wind and those
Factors,
thunderstorms.
But,
could be a lot. Something just to kind of entice you to bring Disney Springs and some more entertainment there. So next thing I did want to bring up some news. Rock and Roller Coaster. The reason why this really caught my interest is Jameson has finally met the height requirement. We were talking the other day.
Really? 48 inches?
He's 49.
Oh, my gosh.
So he literally was like, Dad, can I go on Rock and Roller Coaster this summer? And I said, I probably should be able to. Yeah, no problem. Well,
You're not going on it.
Got to burst that bubble because it will not be reopening until late summer 2024. And we don't know exactly when that will be. They're saying July 27th. But I don't know. I mean, things happen. So, I mean, this has been a 6-month closure for Rock and Roller Coaster. So let's see if it, it's just regular maintenance and everything they said. But July 27th is subject to change. So I did want to mention that. I'm not going to tell him that since we're not going until after that date. So fingers crossed that it will be reopening and he will be able to go on it.
I wonder if there's talk of actually rebranding that.
I don't think so. We've talked about that.
I know we have, and I love that coaster. I think it's great. I just don't.
Aerosmith does not appeal to the next generation.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're older, so
right.
I mean, I know they're a classic, but
yeah, I mean, I don't know who you would
replace it with. Backstreet Boys.
Okay, again, that does not appeal to the next generation either. So
they
moving
know the
right
song.
on. I don't see any. Yeah,
way.
okay, that'll be lulling them to sleep. Listen, the Backstreet Boys do not even touch a guitar, so it kind of is a moot point.
Don't hate.
All right, it's called rock. Okay, they're not considered rock. Listen, you set yourself up for that one. So hopefully it will be reopening in late July for the remainder of the summer season. Okay, so on the socials and on the web, I recently saw an article that said all the Disney World resort hotels ranked from worst to best, right? So obviously this is subject to people's opinion. And there are the 4 different tiers of resorts. So value resort, moderate resort, deluxe resort, and then deluxe villa resort. Now, Heather, would you have anything to say about the actual rankings and tiers?
Based on this article or just in general?
Just in general.
That's a very hard question because it's all about what you want. You know, what are you looking for? And I feel that, I don't know. I tend to gravitate more towards the moderate to the more deluxe, because we know things that are important to us, right? So like where it's located, how many different ways you can exit or go to different types of resorts. So this is a hard question. There's no right answer. What are you looking for? No, I understand that.
Here's what I would
say. You want me
say.
to say like what I feel like is my favorite resort?
Not yet. Wait till we get to the end. You can't skip through the end.
Oh my God.
So
this is too much pressure.
Come on. Anyways, so what I would say about the value resorts is you are looking at resorts that are really massive in size. So if you're looking for something where you're not going to have quick access to food because your room could be in a building that could be a half a mile or less of a walk away, a value resort you may want to shy away from. They just tons and tons of rooms and to pack people in there. They don't have a ton of restaurants besides the quick serve as well.
Like a food court type option is what's
more
heavy there.
Right. Yep. So because you need to be able to serve many people, so it has to be a lot quicker. Moderate resorts, you have a mix of both. All the rest of them, you have a quick serve kind of restaurant, not in size. It's not comparable to the value resort ones, but you do have a quick serve. Like if you think of the Port Orleans, right? They have that, and then what's it at Wilderness Lodge? Roaring Springs, right? That was the other one, or Roaring Fork.
Yes.
Roaring Fork,
Yep.
right? So that's another quick serve one where you grab stuff to go any time of the day or evening. And then they do obviously have sit downs. So as you move up in tiers from moderate to deluxe, you're going to have more available restaurants and food options and bars and lounges and that kind of stuff as you move up in the different tiered resorts. So there are differences in that way. As Heather mentioned, proximity to parks is something that could be of interest to you. So, if you are at like Beach Club and Boardwalk, for example, you're able to walk into Epcot. If you are at a valued resort, you're not able to really walk into Epcot. So that could be an important factor for the different modes of transportation and how you get to those places. And then the different, pools. There's multiple pools, multiple things outside at the different level resorts, and the value resorts have more of just like usually one big pool, maybe a couple smaller ones, but they had like the one main pool. Remember that one that was at All Stars? It was like Olympic size, I swear.
Yeah. The one thing I'll say about the value resorts is that I don't want to say ambiance, but like the decor, like it is, to me, I still feel like it's, what do I want to say? Like you have giant characters and it's, you get engrossed in it. And I know you do when you go to like, the higher end resorts or the deluxe resorts, but it's different. A lot of them are more like open, and you have like giant like 101 Dalmatian figures, and the music, huge guitars. So the theming, there's a different type of theming, which is I like. And then when you get to the other resorts, it's a different type of theming. Maybe it's less Disney related, and like if you were to compare like All Stars to Polynesian, totally different type of theme, ambiance. It's not as Disney movie related, I guess. That makes
right. They're not all tied into movies.
No,
I mean there's some little nuances. Like Polynesian has Moana now, and Bambi at Wilderness Lodge. Like there's those little nuances, but I wouldn't say they're very much tied into the movies themselves.
Right. Well, but I feel like the all-star resorts do that more, and they are. I feel like they're attracted more to like a younger demographic. Like we brought, let's see, our youngest 18 months old with Sophia. Her first time we stayed at one of the all-star resorts, and it was awesome.
So it really is going to come down to like what is the significant weight to value for your purchase for money, especially with these economic times, right? So you, as Heather mentioned, as you start to look at rankings and you consider theme and amenities, the location, transportation, pools, dining, etc., just to kind of have it as a comparable thing. Now, just because a hotel is the most expensive does not mean it is number one, right? So Grand Floridian is probably nightly rate higher than any other resort that Walt Disney World has. So this is, of course, subjective to opinions and everything like that, right? It's basically on whatever you are thinking and deciding overall. As we start to go into this, there are resorts that could be very similar, and we kind of, when we were reading it and everything, looking at the article, you would have to kind of separate like Port Orleans. You have French Quarter, right? And you have Riverside. Then you have Yacht and Beach Club. They're different resorts, but they're kind of connected. So same thing like with Animal Kingdom. You have the Jumbo House in Kidani Village and Copper Creek and Boulder Ridge. And so there are a lot of those in that regard. So let's dig into the best, the worst of the hotels at Walt Disney World overall. So number 23 out of all of the resorts is the All-Star Movies. And that is the first trio that has gotten entirely reimagined rooms. And again, like Heather mentioned, they do have some theming. The new rooms are definitely a step in the right direction, but they could definitely use more help to help, kind of push it up. There are several films showcased in those oversized icons that are not really relevant as much. And they haven't sunk a lot of money into these resorts, so they do start to show their age. Then you go right into All-Star Sports, right? Same thing near ESPN's Wide World of Sports. This resort is typically very booked because of all the youth sporting groups that will be coming by. And again, not very expensive on the nightly rate. Anything you would have to say about those?
No, like just what you said. We have friends that use that resort when there's like cheerleading competitions,
right,
or like you said, like
right,
sporting events.
So what I thought was interesting, the next article had the Old Key West Resort. And Old Key West is the original DVC property. It's got a very sprawling layout. It's got a lot of grounds to explore, lots of ample space, and the dining is good. So it is something that you should try at some point. It is, but I would not recommend it for your first time trip.
No, I agree to that.
Saratoga Springs would be next. That's massive in size for a DVC property, right? So, and if you're thinking Saratoga Springs, if you want to go to Florida and experience palm trees, do not stay at Saratoga Springs because there's not one palm tree on that property because they really have the theming mirrored off of Saratoga up in New York, so and the racetrack and everything. So that is not something that you'd want to do. However, it is just recently refurbished, so that is something that you can definitely check out. Coronado Springs Resort. I know the Grand Destino Tower is open. You should stay in that if you're able to. The thing I would say about that is that's near the convention center, right? That's kind of where a lot of the work people down in that area will be staying. So you may not want to stay in that area for that reason. But the conventions really, really take over that resort. All-Star Music. So All-Stars overall are the cheapest resorts at Walt Disney World and the most bare-bones accommodations. Their locations, you always got to take those buses. The food is very, like I said, basic and as Heather mentioned, food court style. But All-Star Music, people have said that has been their favorite of the three All-Stars, and it does have the reimagined rooms so far, including the cheapest family suites in all of Walt Disney World. So definitely check it out. Gets the job done in every regard, but doesn't excel at anything. Port Orleans Resort. So like I said, it's hard to rank Riverside versus French Quarter because they are very similar. So Port Orleans Resort Riverside, you'll see, usually has a lot of availability because there's a lot of rooms there as well. But it's the way it's built. Would you say, because we've stayed there, would you say, Heather, that it's hard to get to the food areas? I mean, there is a walk, but
I don't know.
Okay.
It's
Moving
not
on.
as bad as Caribbean Beach.
Right. Well, Caribbean Beach has also now gotten condensed because Riviera, they had to take a building down. But
but it's not as bad.
Right. So, and it's a moderate level, just
Right.
like Caribbean Beach. So, Fort Wilderness, resort and campground, people are talking about this because the cabins are new, right? So they're now DVC and they're the villas in the cabin form. So they kind of, you can be there. But again, that's another spot that's really big overall because the campground's there and the cabins are there and there's a lot of busing to try to get to where you want to kind of go. Everybody talks about Riviera. So Riviera Resort, there's a lot of people that have a lot of love about it. And there's some people that are saying, well, you know what? It's great. But there's some potential that has been squandered. So it shares its grounds with Caribbean Beach. So that doesn't really scream luxury hotel, as Heather was just mentioning. But everything inside, the common areas, the rooms, the pools, everything is pretty luxurious. And the Skyliner is a big hit. I do think the restaurant's pretty good. Topolino's right at the top. So definitely something that you can definitely check out. And you do see Epcot and Hollywood Studios. As we talked about, Yacht Club and Beach Club, so they're right next to each other. So it's very hard to try to, compare them completely. But Yacht Club is basically the Beach Club version without the DVC attached, for it. It's not a DVC overall. But what would you have to say? Anything about Yacht Club, Heather, or no?
We went there once, and I said I'd love to
The
stay
food's
there
good.
again.
Yeah, I mean, it's very close to Epcot, walking, boat distance to Hollywood Studios. It's definitely a strong option if you like that Epcot resort area and want to be near the boardwalk. I'd say it's very much, I don't want to say non-kid, but it's definitely sophisticated.
Well, yeah, I would say that it's a different demographic. So if we're sitting here saying, what's the best resort for maybe a first, second time attending? I agree. This has more of a, older appeal. And I could even say that a little bit with
The kids.
Yeah, like it's not, again, like the thematics is not Mickey Minnie and Disney and you got hints of it there where instead at like the other, I don't know, we haven't gotten to like the top 10 yet.
Right.
But you're going to get that engrossed theming experience.
Agreed. Port Orleans French Quarter. The main difference between French Quarter and Riverside is French Quarter is more compact, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's not as much walking distance compared to Riverside. So it is much more compact in that regard. And you do have to take bus transportation. Now, as we keep going, you have Contemporary. We're going to, just kind of go through these as the top 12 really starts to get really close and nitpick things. And we can go into, basically, it's going to now come down to your personal preferences as far as which resort you think may be the best, right? But I think, to do justice on the top 12, Heather, I think we should continue that next week.
I agree.
So we gave you the first 12 or 11, I should say, and we'll continue next week with the top 12 resorts, with Port Orleans French Quarter being the last at number 13, and we'll kick off number 12 next week. So let's wrap up this episode. Heather, final thoughts.
No, just make sure you check us out on our website, bookmdtravel.com, and for latest tricks, news, perhaps funny videos of me trying to, remind you that we are a travel agency. Get to our socials. I usually try to make some funny reels here and there, and you can find us at Magical Destinations Travel Co. on Instagram and Facebook. On YouTube, make sure that you follow us at Disney Vibes, and Twitter X is Magical Dest Trav.
Awesome. And you're going to post those pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right. Till next time, let the vacation vibes flow.
Find Disney Vibes for all your vacation needs on the web at bookmdtravel.com.